Today I want to talk to you about corruption. I just viewed the presidential debate, the last one in the series. In no short bit of time, it was apparent that the former vice president was lying. Now, that may not mean a lot to some people, and some people may feel, well, he's exaggerating a little bit. He's not. No, he's lying. He's lying at one point or he's lying at another point. So at one point in his campaign, he said fracking. He talked about fracking. It's there. It's on tape. We're going to do away with fracking. We're going to do away with fracking. Then when he goes to Pennsylvania and he talks to people in Pennsylvania because he wants their vote, he talks about not doing away with fracking. He's not against fracking.
And what about fracking?
All right,
now,
let me allow
fracking.
Vice President Biden to respond.
I never said I oppose fracking.
You said it on tape.
I did. Show the tape. Put it on your website.
I'll put it on.
Put it on the website. The fact of the matter is
Show
he's
the list.
flat lying.
Would you rule out banning fracking?
I do rule out banning fracking because no new fracking.
We are going to get rid of fossil fuels.
Well, like, what about, say, stopping fracking and stopping new pipe?
Would there be any place for fossil fuels, including coal and fracking, in a Biden administration?
No, we would work it out. We would make sure it's eliminated. I guarantee you, we're going to end fossil fuel, and I am not going to cooperate. No ability for the oil industry to continue to drill, period. Ends. Number one.
3 consecutive American presidents have enjoyed stints of explosive economic growth due to a boom in oil and natural gas production. As president, would you be willing to sacrifice some of that growth, even knowing potentially that it could displace thousands, maybe hundreds of thousands of blue-collar workers in the interest of transitioning to that greener economy?
The answer is yes. The answer is yes.
No new fracking.
He came up with a third story, that he only wanted to ban fracking on federal land. This man is just all over the place. He'll say anything to get elected. That's basically what we have going on here. That is the essence of corruption. He will do anything, no matter how corrupt, to ensure his own future. Now, what's important, and I think you ought to realize, is this. Joe Biden has been a quote-unquote public servant for 47 years. Donald Trump has been a public servant for almost 4. In that whole time, ask yourself this question. Has Joe Biden ever turned down his salary? Has he ever said, I'm going to donate my salary to charity? Donald Trump does not take a salary. He donates his salary every year to charity. $400,000 a year. Now, I don't know what Joe Biden's tax returns look like. I've never looked at them. Don't care to. But I can guarantee you one thing, that $3 million that he got off Russia or that $10 million that he was going to get off China doesn't appear anywhere in that tax return. Would you expect to see it? Would you really expect to see it? Are we supposed to be that stupid that we're going to believe that you're going to write in the tax return the money you got from your son? Now, what you saw on television was corruption on TV. In full living color. Joe Biden didn't know what to say whenever he was asked, did you get any money? Joe Biden doesn't even discuss the money. He never denied it. What he said was, I never took any money from China or the Ukraine. I never took any money. We know you didn't take any money from China and the Ukraine, Joe. Your son took it. The guy sitting in the seat next to you on Air Force Two. And you never discussed this with him. Remember that? You never discussed any business deals with your son. That's a lie. You know it's a lie. We all know it's a lie. And we're supposed to believe it because we're the stupid American voting public. We don't deserve to know. Just like when he was asked about packing the court, what did he say? The American public doesn't need to know, doesn't deserve to know. They don't deserve to know. And why not? He played this game all the way up to the election. And what did he announce? I'm going to establish a commission to look at it. You know what that's like saying? I'm going to go stand in the cupboard with my finger in my ear and whistle. It's nothing. I'm going to establish a commission to look at it. Why haven't you done anything about it? You've been in office for 47 years. You haven't changed it. You talked like at one point that you were against it. After you talked about being against it, you said, well, I'm not opposed to it. I'll talk about it. Packing the court is impossibly against everything that this Constitution stands for. It's only meant to do one thing, to tip the scales in favor of one side. It's not meant to do anything else but that. The Democratic Party and you also look at the Supreme Court of the United States as a super legislative body. What you can't get passed in the legislature, you get passed as a law in the Supreme Court. Donald Trump doesn't try to do that. Donald Trump appeals to a person's sense of reason, judgment. When Donald Trump was in office, he got the Democrats to vote for changes in the so-called Affordable Care Act. It's not affordable, and it doesn't give you any care. And Joe Biden's up there still telling people, you're not going to lose your insurance. Well, guess what? I lost my insurance. My son lost his insurance. And there's a lot of people that lost their insurance because the insurance policy that I had did not meet up to the standards of the Affordable Care Act. That's my business, whether I want to have a good policy or a bad policy. That's not Joe Biden's business. Donald Trump's philosophy is what is best for the American people. I think we can see that. We saw it all on display. It's not about what's best for the Democratic Party or what's best for a constituency. And you heard it tonight. 11 million new people are coming in. They're coming in as citizens. They walked across the border. They came in illegally. He doesn't even know the law. The law is you can't come to the border and ask for asylum. You have to go to the first state or country, that is next to the United States. So the first state that they go through is always Mexico. That's where you have to apply for amnesty and citizenship. And now they want to give you this 500 families have lost their children. What's that an appeal to? Is that an appeal to your logic? How did they get here? Those children, how did they get here? We can adopt them out. I guess that's an easy way of looking at it. There are people and institutions that will take them. And I can guarantee you one thing, whatever they get here in the United States, as far as living conditions, education, and healthcare, is going to be far better than what they had where they left. He doesn't want to talk about where they came from. Donald Trump said, don't bring them in. Why did they get to jump the line on the people who've been waiting years to come in legally? How come they get the break? Because they snuck in. What you saw was a president versus a wannabe president. And that's where you draw the line. He doesn't have a plan. He doesn't even know what a plan is. His plan is destroy whatever Donald Trump did and put in whatever, we want to replace it. And he said that he's going to be running the Democratic Party. Why did he say that he's going to nominate or he's going to have AOC in his cabinet? Why did he say he's going to have Beto O'Rourke as the gun czar, who's going to take the guns away from people? Why did he say that? We're not supposed to hold him at his word, I guess. And I guess that's probably a good idea because his words mean nothing. They change everywhere he goes. What happened in this debate was that Donald Trump showed himself as a leader and Joe Biden showed himself as somebody who thought he had something going on, but didn't really know how to implement it. How is he going to get people to vote for them, taking away the Second Amendment, their rights under the Second Amendment? How is he going to get people to vote for fracking? Removal of fracking? How's he going to get people to vote for losing their jobs? And then what? Then we become energy dependent again. And then what? Then we get back into that war cycle where we have to go over there every time somebody in Iraq spits in the street, they want to have a fight. Donald Trump is bringing people back. He showed that. He did that. Donald Trump brought those people in the Middle East together. Donald Trump stopped all the missile firing with North Korea. I haven't seen a missile fired lately. Didn't talk about that. Didn't say anything about that. They were shooting missiles over Guam and over Japan. And everybody's shaking in their seats. Didn't go on, did it? Everything that happened bad with North Korea in the Obama and Biden years was reversed by Trump. It was a real simple thing. Obama and Biden wouldn't talk to Kim Jong-un. Donald Trump said, I'll call him on the phone. That's how simple it was. A phone call. And next thing you know, they're meeting and talking, and no more missiles are being fired. And all that saber rattling stops. What does that do? That saves us money. That saves us a lot of money. Joe Biden said, well, I'll talk to China. And so what? He can talk to them all he wants. That doesn't mean they're going to listen. It doesn't mean anything. Talking doesn't mean anything. It's all a bunch of bloviated conversation. I want you to do this. I want you to do that. They shake their head, say yes, maybe sign a little agreement, and they go and do what they want anyway. That's what they've been doing for 30 years. That's why 70,000 factories have closed in the United States, and those jobs have gone to China. And that's what they want. That's what you saw on TV in full living color. You saw that. That's the swamp right before your eyes. We love China. We're going to negotiate with China. You don't negotiate with China. You make it impossible for China to move, and then China does the right thing. And that's how Trump's approached China. Ultimately, you had the ability to look at two different ways of governing. In my opinion, Trump's way is governing from a position of strength, and what Biden's position was governing from a position of weakness, of asking people to cooperate. Please. And if you don't do it, we're all going to go against you. Oh, he doesn't speak for France or Germany or Italy or any of those other countries. They're not going to change their political structure for him. It's a joke. He's a joke. And what he did was he showed himself to be a joke. And you know what? He knows it's a joke. Biden knows it's a joke. That's why he kept laughing through the whole thing. He tries to demean what Trump has to say by laughing, like it's scorned and it's ridiculed. It's stupid. Well, stupid is what happened for 8 years when he was vice president. That was real stupid. Now, is that what you want to go back to? Malaise, economic malaise, no increase in income for blue-collar workers, no power as far as we're concerned in our military. We got pushed around everywhere. Here's how we stop Iran. We give them $150 billion. Well, no wonder they want him back. They lost their big money purse, their sugar daddy, whenever he left. Of course they want him. Of course Russia wants him. He's their little stooge. He's going to go to Russia, and his son's going to collect $3 million? For what? For what? What possible reason would he have to get $3 million from a Russian citizen? That's the corruption. The only reason he's getting it is because the big guy is vice president. If you vote for Joe Biden in this election, that's what you're putting in office. You're voting for corruption.
Don't be fooled. Make the right choice. Vote to re-elect President Donald Trump. For more information and videos like this, visit www.reelectdonaldtrump.net.